MP asks, what is the direction of the consumer protection? The vision is to have an ethical marketplace whereby consumer and businesses trust each other, setting standards for marketplace trust, encouraging and supporting best practices by engaging with and educating consumers and businesses, celebrating marketplace role models, and calling out and addressing standards marketplace behavior. Another question that was posed by MP Marling is, where do consumers go and complain? The consumer and business have the following two options. Number one, the individual can file a complaint as it pertains to issues that falls under the Ministry of Tourism, Economic Affairs, Transport, and Telecommunication at the Department of Inspection. For example, opening hours, business license, operational license, maximum prices, price indications, weights, and measures. The department will investigate the complaint and file a report of the findings. Then, if warranted, the minister has the option to issue temporary suspend or permanent closure of the business if it is within the scope of that ministry. SOB has recently completed a workflow process to handle complaints. This will ensure that complaints are handled consistently and efficiently. The second option that the consumer has, they have the right to engage in a civil action. These rights are granted by consumers via the Civil Code. When a consumer or an individual is not satisfied with the product that is bought, the buyer may demand that the seller, A, supplies them with the product or part that is still missing, repair the supplied object, providing that this is reasonably able to comply with this demand, or replace the supply subject. In this case, in the case a consumer claims recovery or replacement, the seller may also choose to return the purchasing price. The seller has to make this offer immediately. If he does not do so, the buyer can claim his right for recovery or replacement in court. That can include a claim for compensation. In case the seller does not act at all towards the complaint of a buyer, the buyer has the right to give a written notice to the seller. If the buyer, after the notice, do not react within a reasonable time, the buyer is also qualified to have the object repaired by a third party and claim the cost for the repair with the buyer. In case of a right to a monetary claim, as meant in the letter, in the both examples that I just gave, and the claim is lower than 10,000, a special court proceeding is open to the consumer, namely the rechterlijk bevel tot betaling, or in English, a court order of payment. This procedure is as follows. A petition is being submitted in duplicate at the court with a 10 guilder stamp on each petition. The maximum amount has to be lower than 10,000 guilders. Proof should be submitted to substantiate your claim, and full address is required for both parties, the plaintiff and the defendant, to this matter. Registration form from the civil registry is also needed, and the court fee is 100 guilders per company and 50 guilders per person. The MP also asks, why should a consumer have to pay court fees to file a complaint? This is an additional option open to individuals. This is a civil matter, and the 50 guilders is the amount that should be paid in court fees. In every jurisdiction, there are some costs involved with a civil matter. However, the complainant has the obligation to show proof that they tried to recoup the perceived losses prior to filing a case. Pursuant to the artikel Landsbesluit houden de algemene maatregelen van de 28 oktober 1987 tot regeling van tarieven en justitiekosten in burgerlijke zaken. the complainant can file a complaint based on this ordinance. En this ordinance stipulates dat voor de indiening van een verzoekschrift bij het gerecht of het hof wordt van elk eisende partij een vastrecht gegeven, onverminderd de voorschotten. Wanneer het een zaak betreft, bedoeld in boek 3, 7 afdeling 3 van het wetboek, die niet handelt in de uitoefening van een beroep of bedrijf, een 100 gulden bedrag is vereist. So these two stipulations states where the business and consumer have to pay the fees of the 50 or the 100 guilders to file a complaint.
Do you have an update on how that has progressed, as how many people have been able to clear up their issues, have been able to get back their nationality?
No, I do not have an update in figures. I can get that information and share with you, but I know it has been an issue that was of concern ever since way back when I was in Parliament. It's an issue that we have broached with the Dutch government, that it is, in our discussions with the IPCO, that it is basically against human rights. You cannot have, we have cases, several cases. Of course, you know, over the years there were cases where people, let's say, committed fraud. It was clear that someone committed fraud. But there was this one case that I know about that was, you know, so heart-wrenching. A young lady who was adopted or recognized, adopted when she was, according to the story, like 3 months before she made 18, was living at the time in Statia when she was adopted by the father. The actual picking up of the documents took place 2 months after she was 18, but the adoption took place 3 months before she was 18. She went on to move to St. Martin, had something like 5 passports renewed thereafter, is married, 3 children, all 3 children born in St. Martin, all 3 children having the Dutch nationality. And after voting for some 4 or 5 elections and having something like 5 passports, you are then being told suddenly upon renewing the passport that proper procedures were not followed over 20 years ago, and yet you are actually not Dutch. The person ends up now basically without a nationality. Children who were born with the Dutch nationality and have had no other nationality rendered stateless without any nationality. And these things are not right. These things should be addressed, and yeah, they're being addressed now. She's being told that she can apply for Dutch nationality, and they will fast track it. But one of the other issues that you have is that now there's a requirement of the Dutch exam, which poses another hindrance because the person is no longer 18 years and did not, does not master the Dutch sufficiently, and that becomes now an added burden to it. The whole issue of language is one of the things that we've also been discussing in the IPCO, as Dutch and English are official languages of the kingdom. And we believe that if people are living in a part of the kingdom where English is the language that we speak, the people who have settled here, it is asking so much of them to take an exam in the Dutch language because they're getting a passport, while what you have as an example, if you want to, let's say, turn the tables, if someone, let's say from one of the East European countries or from one of the African countries, wherever, somebody migrates to Holland and they don't speak English, and they live in Holland, they don't speak English, and they live in Holland for a number of years and acquired the Dutch nationality, which gave them the right, let's say, to come to St. Martin as Dutch citizens, then what are we to tell them? You are not welcome because you do not master the English language that we communicate in, and you are not part of our cultural inheritance here in the Dutch part of the kingdom. So if you have a Dutch Caribbean part, or you have a Caribbean part of the kingdom where English is widely spoken, I think it is only fair that people be given the opportunity, yes, that you need to know things about the kingdom that you're going to be part of. I agree, but that it has to be an exam that is in Dutch, a language that they probably will never again use in their life. When we even look at children born and raised in St. Martin, the amount of them that go to school from kindergarten through high school and college and do not have Dutch as language of instruction. It is becoming more and more, and you do not make us more part of the kingdom by forcing one to take a Dutch exam, while there are others who born with a Dutch nationality and never speak one word of Dutch, probably for the rest of their life.
Telcel Night of the Hitmakers. Telcel Night of the Hitmakers. Saturday, April 23rd, 2016 at Carnival Village. Featuring Tsunami. Control. Tanya Saint-Paul. Mika Ben. Jean-Marc Ferdinand. Kes the Band. Tickets in advance $30, $40 on the day of the show. Ticket outlets, Van Dorp, Adolphus Office Supply, and Domino's Pizza. Partners, Telcel, Heineken, Accessible Ventures. This is an extra tight entertainment production. Just say I.
This is freedom, this is life. Happiness is all I'm seeking. Carpe diem, I'm seizing every day, not just the weekend. Here's to all the good times that have come to last. Here's to living in the now.
When you can afford what you crave, life just gets so
So
good.
alive and I'm feeling good, so good, so good, so good. Hey, I'm gonna live my life, feeling good, so good, real good, so
KFC, so good for everyone.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
Are you be sure? Be
be sure. Hey, Bob, you're on family vacation. Oh, but your daughter's got the measles. But don't worry about it. With your Be Sure travel insurance, children under 12 are covered for free.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah, for free.
Life is a journey full of connections. You're in safe hands even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telcel, when you want more.
Statement by the Court of Justice with respect to the law that governs and regulates the prosecution of politicians. You know that there is such a law, and following, I think it was not too long after the arrest of MP Sylvia Matza, that then the courts issued, the joint court issued a statement with respect to the implementation of this law. And that caught my attention, of course, because first of all, and I will be channeling these questions through our Minister of Justice, whether what was made public, and I haven't seen an official publication of it yet, but what was made public in the media was that a policy, maybe an internal guideline has been developed as to how that would be applied, how that law would be applied. And of course, my question would be whether that particular application is only that, an internal guideline, is the policy, or is it something that would require us to look at that law again and maybe flesh it out a little and make sure that there is, whatever it is, that it is clear and it is there for everybody. And you know, again, my question being whether it is just an internal policy, it can be just an internal policy, or it requires us to flesh out the law in question somewhat. And again, that's the law on the prosecution of politicians as we have established it since the 10th of October 2010.
Sunday, April 17th starts a row of pageants. So we start with Sunday, the junior, then the teen, then the senior, then the mature. So it's 4 days in a row of pageants. Very easy, relaxed, because you know the kids are still in school and people are still working, haven't really taken off the vacation time yet. So for that week, we're going to have all the pageants from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Okay,
yeah?
So right after each other.
Right after each other. And that'll be a really good feeling. You can go to a different pageant every day.
Now, those going to be held in the Festival Village?
Yes, all of those will be in the Festival Village. So everything I'm saying now is Festival Village.
And
yes.
the starting time?
Well, I don't call it Festival Village when Carnival starts. Carnival Village again.
Carnival
yes.
Village. Okay.
Starting time for all shows is 8 p.m. So at 8 p.m., no matter what's going on, we're going to start. You're going to hear the St. Martin anthem. And I would like to say this on the media, because we usually say it on the stage, but when the St. Martin anthem is playing in the village, please stop what you're doing and let's show a little respect for the song. That's all we're asking. They still have, if you have kids, please hold your kids a little bit, please. And who told us turn off your music, etc., etc., etc. Carnival, years ago we decided, listen, if one place people are going to respect our anthem is going to be, or our St. Martin song is going to be in the village. So 8 p.m., song starts playing. Everybody just be quiet or sing along for a little bit, and then we'll get into our show.
Okay, so and then what else do we...
So now that's up to Wednesday. Thursday will be the Youth Extravaganza. So the Youth Extravaganza, yes, that's going to... Oh yeah, that's been going for a while. This year we have a new promoter that will be handling the youth extravaganza. It's called the PEP organization, headed by Miss Brenda Maynard. She's the coordinator of this show. So anybody wants to still be on that show, you can just contact Brenda Maynard right away. After that, we get into some really big shows. Now, you know I'm a soca head, so I'm going to try and keep it down, okay? So
You're gonna get overexcited.
yes, I don't want to get overexcited. So Friday, April 22nd, and this is the day where the village really starts to blow up because all the charters fly in from different islands on that day. So Friday we have a new promoter. It's called the Dream Team. Dream Team Entertainment will present their first international show. Very big artists. There are two big artists from the US, and there's Rick Ross and French Montana. They are hip-hop artists. We haven't had a hip-hop artist in the village for a while. Yes. Actually, I think 2 years or 3 years. So it would be refreshing for that to come back into the village. But then there's a soca artist too, Mr. Farmer Nappy, who's known for a lot of his really, really good soca songs like Big People Party and all of these sort of songs. So they have a few more artists like Dexter Daps, a dancehall artist, also on that. And it's going to be hosted by a celebrity from the US, Miss Tahiri, who's from Love and Hip Hop, that show. And so I think it's going to be a great show. It's their first time in the village, this promotion team, and we wish them all the best. I think this is going to be a great show. And that's the Friday. Now, the Saturday, we have our flagship show. What that means is this show has taken over as the biggest show in Carnival every year. It's called, you may have heard of it, it's called the Night of the Hitmakers, the Telcel and Extra Tight Night of the Hitmakers. Night of the Hitmakers puts a dance floor in the middle of the village. So they build a dance floor for everybody to have a good time with. With that, you know, there's lights, it's just such a great feeling. You have bands on the stage, you have really, really good artists that are coming through. Some I could just mention really quick. Kes the Band is the headlining artist that's going to be there. Then you also...
They're from Curacao or Aruba?
No, Kes the Band is from Trinidad. From Trinidad. Yeah. So from Aruba, we have Tsunami Band, which is a very popular band in Aruba. They're going to be really, really... I could just imagine when they start to play. We have Mika Ben for the Zouk lovers in there. And then we have the guy who's saying Tikita, Tikita. I can't remember his name right now, but he's going to be there too. I mean, you hear that song anywhere, you know it's party. So that's Night of the Hitmakers, also opening by our local band Control. Yeah. So that'll be great. That'll be a great show. Everybody waits on that one. Admire Mr. Rude and his vision, because when he started this years ago, he would tell me, listen, this is gonna be the biggest show soon, and now we can all feel it.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
In my opinion, everything is perfect and you would be great for the job. But I see here that there's a 2-year gap in your resume. What did you do?
I was hospitalized for mental illness.
Oh, mental illness?
I've undergone treatment, and I have a wonderful family that supports me.
Well, that is good news.
No, it's fine. I'm recovered.
We'll contact you, okay?
For a better understanding of mental health and what you can do to stop mental health stigma, please go to the Mental Health Foundation's website at www.mhf-sxm.com.
The Department of Culture within the ministry, through the 2013-23 Decade of Revitalizing Our Natural and Cultural Heritage campaign, officially launched the first interscholastic essay competition on intangible heritage amongst St. Martin Secondary School juniors and seniors, so that those are from forms 3 to 5 or 9 to 12, under the age of 19, as well as pre-university students who are also eligible to participate. The registration is ongoing, and the last day for submission is Friday, April 22nd. As St. Martin is an associate member of the United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, known as UNESCO, and has recognized that the United Nations has declared 2015-2024 the International Decade of People of African Descent, the topic of the essay competition, in keeping with that theme of recognition, justice, and development, is to describe the global impact of people of African descent from your perspective. The department aims to encourage and reward young students in various aspects of culture and the arts, for example, in the field of literary arts, and promote St. Martin's natural and cultural heritage via strategic initiatives and special projects that are in line with the wider governing program, the ministry year plan, as well as the department cultural policy framework. So I encourage our young writers out there to take this opportunity to take part in this essay contest. Also, the department talent scholarship policy is being executed. The department is busy developing the policy. However, scholarships for talent has been awarded in the past. As a matter of fact, it is a short-term scholarship that provides students in the field of arts the opportunity to enhance their skills in the disciplines such as dance, acting, vocal training, etc.